thousands of years. Consciousness is a hologram beyond space and time. That's a technical answer, but it explains the fact that all elements of consciousness are interrelated and mutually influencing each other. As the quantum physicists would say, they are entangled. So consciousness, is, to use another term, is non-local. What we have in our head is part of the consciousness in the universe, which in turn is a projection of a cosmic consciousness. So you see, you get into theology, get into cosmology when you ask this question, because I can tell you very simply what consciousness is not. It is not just something produced by the workings of our brain. Consciousness is something which exists in the universe and which we can tap into. We can decode, we can transform, we can translate, and it becomes our consciousness. But our consciousness is an intrinsic part of the consciousness that works in the whole universe. That's why I say it's like a hologram. In a hologram, all the information is present in all the parts. So in our head, all the information in the universe is there in potential. It's up to us how much of it we pick up, how much of it we use. All the consciousness, all the information is there in our consciousness. But we don't pick up all of that. We don't use all of that. We only pick up a small part of it that we can accommodate in our ways of thinking. What we don't know about, we don't even perceive very often. So our own consciousness, our own mind, is just that selection from the cosmic consciousness that we believe is the case, that we can deal with. Learning, actually, is a learning to tap into more and more, to decode more and more this consciousness. That's what learning is. But we are not yet mature enough to be able to make good use of it, or truly to understand it. We are playing around with the energy that is becoming available to us. And we risk at the process of blowing ourselves up, as we well know, and of destroying our planet in the process. So as adolescents, we have to mature. We have to learn to conduct ourselves as mature beings who are part of the process of developing coherent complexity, which is our destiny. But if we are truly a part of an evolving hologram, you see, and we can become a conscious part of that, then we try to live up or live according to the information that we begin to tap into, to perceive in the world. Therefore, we become truly a partner with each other, which is expressed by these terms of unconditional love, which is expressed in forgiveness, in all these terms that we are talking about, understanding. There's a beautiful saying in French, which is c'est tout comprendre, c'est tout pardonner. It means to understand everything is to forgive everything. It's one way toward forgiveness, is to understand. It's the philosopher's way, and therefore it isn't a way, it's my way. But we need to understand that we are one, and therefore we can't harm others without harming ourselves. But on the other side, positive side, if we evolve ourselves, we also evolve all of the consciousness that develops in this world around us. And that is our great responsibility, to evolve ourselves so that consciousness can evolve in the universe. If we do that in a way that we enable others around to likewise replenish their energies, they get to use their information and flourish, then we can co-evolve. And what we can do, therefore, is to be altruistic, because altruism is the greatest, highest form of egoism. When we are truly enlightened, selfish, then we do others well, because when others do well, we do well. If we understand that, then we go just one step even beyond. We don't say that we want to do good to others in order to do good for ourselves, but we say we do good to others because it is our task, our mission, our nature in the world to evolve, to co-evolve. That is what we need to do, that is we can do. We could have a flourishing and peaceful planet that could communicate with other planets, with all the intelligences that are in this cosmos, in this universe, and we could understand more and more of the cosmic intelligence, which codes, which gives the information on which everything in the world evolves. So now we are moving toward an epoch, a change, an era in which small groups of people can change the world, because change will cascade. Change is non-local. We are part of this interacting, interdependent, holographic projection in the world. And therefore what one thing does penetrates the others. And when the others who have a stake in the old system no longer have the power to prevent change, because they are afraid, it's fear, that tries to prevent change. The nice metaphor for this is to fight for a better seat on the deck of the Titanic. The Titanic, the boat that was thwarted, it was going to sink. And if we just do that, then we are just looking for the short-term benefit and not looking at the direction in which we are going. How can we do this? We ourselves, first of all, have to be, as Gandhi told us, to be the change that we want to see. We first have to relate to ourselves and to people around us in this sense of oneness, wholeness, of love, and to instill that in others.